it would be fuller, but we have had as the officers have alerted us, we have a serious accident northbound on 75, I believe it's just south of Jonesboro Road. Actually, Chief Nichols is not in the accident. He is held up because of the accident. He was supposed to be here to receive this proclamation. But I want to read this about Chief, and then I actually asked that Major comes up and with support services, and let's move forward under the MICE, because I want to present this to the police services from there. If you would, I want to recognize Keith Nichols. He was appointed Chief of Police in July of 2010. He joined the police officers in the department when it was first formed back in 1991. He's been with the Henry County Police Department. And I wanted to ask that you come up and receive this proclamation for the captain as well, for the chief, as well as all the officers that have given us 30 plus years of great service. You would introduce the body of folks that you have with you, your officers.
Good morning. My name is Captain Major Keith Gilman. I'm in the Support Services Division. This morning we have McNeil, who's our Reserve Commander, Major McNeil, Lieutenant Philip Bratton, and Captain Jim Birch. That's who we have with us this morning.
And I apologize, I was being remiss because I got thrown a curve with Chief Nichols not being here. I wanted to take an opportunity to introduce my council, your council. We have with us Harold Cochran, our longest tenured representative. And we also have Mayor Pro Tem Richard Steinberg with us. And the others are here in spirit, but obviously it is a work day and they're not with us. So we appreciate them for the hard work they do. If you would, Major. Whereas the City of Stockbridge, a municipal corporation located within the Henry County, duly organized and exists under the law of the state of Georgia, and is charged with providing public service to the residents located within the corporated limits of the city, holding the law enforcement services. Whereas the city recognizes the law enforcement as a difficult, challenging work involving personal danger, long hours, late shifts, and required courage, commitment, and excellent personal and ethics. Whereas the Henry County Police Department operates in conjunction with the Henry County Sheriff's Department to provide full law enforcement services to the unincorporated areas of Henry County, Georgia. Whereas for many years, Henry County Police Department has provided excellent law enforcement services within the incorporated city limits of the City of Stockbridge, pursuant to the intergovernmental agreements between the City of Stockbridge and Henry County. In addition, its intensive law enforcement responsibilities within the unincorporated Henry County. And whereas this mayor and council acknowledges many fine years of outstanding ethical and courageous personal service of law enforcement employees within the City of Stockbridge by the Henry County Police Department. Whereas the mayor and city council has experienced firsthand the excellent service provided to the city by the police officers serving within the City of Stockbridge, and having received numerous reports from citizens of bravery, honesty, hard work, quick responses by the Henry County Police Department and its officers acting within the city limits. Whereas the mayor and council of the City of Stockbridge are in agreement that the city should express its appreciation and its gratitude to the Henry County Police Department for his many years of excellence, courage, and service on behalf of the city and the citizens of Stockbridge. Whereas mayor and council appreciate the work the Henry County Police Department and its officers and employees have done on behalf of the city, and to show and with deepen their appreciation and bravery done by the police department on the city's behalf in the manner benefiting the department. Now therefore, Mayor and the City Council of the City of Stockbridge now hereby proclaim their recognition of the employees, officials of the Henry County Police Department, having provided many years of efficient, courageous, and friendly service to the City of Stockbridge and its officials, employees, and citizens, businesses, express their deepest and most sincere thanks for and an appreciation to the Henry County Police Department and its employees for all the services throughout the years. Thank you, sir. I did forget one item. I apologize for that. Major, this is a monetary appreciation of $1,000 for This brings us to another opportunity to reach out and say thank you to the Henry County Public Service. Their Henry County Fire Department. I'd like to introduce, and if you would come forward, Chief Bill Lacey. Bill Lacey was named Fire Chief in October of 2011. He had joined the fire department back in 1986. What a long tenure, fantastic. Department Station number 9, right here on Rock Quarry, was opened most recently here in July of 2012. And that's another a public intergovernmental relationship between Henry County and the city that again shows a great relationship and how we appreciate all that the county does for us. Bear with me, but I'm going to read this out of complete respect and appreciation for all that y'all did for us. Whereas the city of Stockbridge is a municipal corporation located within Henry County, Georgia, duly organized to exist under the laws of the state of Georgia and is charged with providing public service to its residents located within the corporate city limits of the city, including fire prevention and fire suppression services. Whereas the city recognizes that fire prevention and suppression is a difficult, challenging work, providing personal danger, long hours, late night shifts, requiring courage, commitment, and excellence in personal and ethics. Whereas the city wants to recognize the Henry County Fire Department for providing full fire protection, fire suppression services in the unincorporated areas of the city of Stockbridge. Unincorporated areas of Georgia. Whereas for many years, Henry County's Fire Department has provided excellent fire prevention and suppression services within the incorporated city limits of the city of Stockbridge, pursuant to the intergovernmental agreement between the city of Stockbridge and Henry County. In addition, its excellent fire prevention and suppressive responsibilities within the unincorporated Henry County. Whereas Mayor and Council acknowledges many fine, outstanding, ethical, and courageous persons that serve in the firefighter and employment of the Henry County Fire Department. And whereas the Mayor and Council have experienced firsthand excellent service provided within the city by the firefighters serving with the Henry County Police Fire Department, having received numerous reports of citizens' bravery, honesty, and hard work, quick response time of your firefighting acting within the city limits of Stockbridge. Whereas Mayor and Council of the city of Stockbridge are in agreement that we should express appreciation and gratitude to the Henry County Fire Department for many years of its excellent, courageous service on behalf of the citizens of Stockbridge. And whereas Mayor and Council appreciate the hard work that the Henry County Fire Department and its firefighters and employees have done on behalf of the city for many years, and wish to show the depth of their appreciation and the bravery of the fire department on the city's behalf in the manner by benefiting the department. Now, therefore, the Mayor and the City Council of the City of Stockbridge hereby proclaim this recognition of the employees and the fire services that have been provided for many years of its excellence, courageous, friendly service to the City of Stockbridge. The citizens, businesses, and want to express their deepest and most sincere thanks and appreciation to the Henry County Fire Department and its employees for all the years of service. Thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of the 282 employees of Henry County Fire Department, I would like to thank the mayor, council, and also the citizens of the city of Stockbridge and the citizens of Henry County for allowing us to provide service to all of the citizens of this county. Thank you very much.
That brings us to the Henry County Emergency and 911 Communications Recognition. If Mr. Don Ash can come forward. Henry County's 911 Communication handles the dispatches for Henry County Police Department, Henry County Fire Department, EMS, Madonna Fire Department, and the police departments from Madonna, Grove, and Hampton. That's a lot. We appreciate your hard work and service. Good to see you. Bear with me, please. Whereas the city of Stockbridge is a municipal corporation located within the Henry County, Georgia, duly organized and exists under the laws of the state of Georgia, and is charged with providing public service to its residents and located within the corporate limits of the city of Stockbridge, including emergency management and 911 communication services. Whereas the city recognizes that the emergency management is a difficult, challenging work involving stress, long hours, late shifts, requiring courage, commitment, and excellent personal ethics. Whereas the city of Stockbridge wants to recognize the Henry County Emergency Management and 911 Communications Department, providing full emergency management of 911 services to unincorporated areas of Henry County, Georgia. And whereas for many years, the Henry County Emergency Management and 911 Communications Department has provided excellent emergency management and 911 services within incorporated city limits of the city of Stockbridge, pursuant to its intergovernmental agreements between the city of Stockbridge and Henry County. In addition, its extensive emergency management and 911 responsibilities within the unincorporated Henry County. Whereas the mayor and the city council acknowledges many fine, upstanding, ethical, and encouraged persons that are employed within the city, within Henry County's emergency management and the 911 communications department. Whereas the mayor and council have experienced firsthand excellent service provided within the city by its employees serving within the Henry County Emergency Management and 911 Communications Department, having received numerous reports from citizens of hard work, quick response by Henry County Emergency Management and 911 employees on behalf of the city. Whereas the mayor and council of the city of Stockbridge are in agreement that the city should express an appreciation and gratitude to the Henry County Emergency Management and 911 Department for its many years of excellent and courageous service on behalf of the citizens of Stockbridge. Whereas the mayor and council appreciate the hard work of the Henry County Emergency Management and 911 Communications Department, its employees have done an excellent job on behalf of the city of Stockbridge and wish to show the depth of their appreciation of the excellent work that has been done by the emergency management and 911 communications on the city's behalf. Now, therefore, the mayor, city council of Stockbridge now hereby proclaim the recognition of the employees, its officials of the Henry County Emergency Management and 911 Communications Department, having provided many years of efficient, courageous, and friendly service to the city of Stockbridge and its officials, employees, and businesses, express their deepest and most sincere thanks and appreciation to the Henry County Emergency Management and 911 Communications and its employees for all the services provided throughout the many years. Don, thank you so much.
To the mayor and the council, I would like to say thank you so much for what you've entrusted us in. As the EMA director, I'll be remiss every opportunity I have. I speak to citizens. I remind all our citizens, if you don't have a no weather radio, please get one. saves lives and protects you. Most importantly, we are two departments with one mission, emergency management and 911. And I would like to recognize my staff that's here. Amanda Maddox, who's our operations supervisor. Christy Berry is our communications system manager. Shalita Broomfield is our EMA specialist. Charlotte Allen is our administrative manager of 911 services. Those guys really make it work for us. I was just talking to Amanda. Last year we processed 355,000 calls for services. So we never shut down. We continue to work. But I appreciate it as a job and an opportunity I look forward to every day. It's not that we don't have bad days. We have bad days, but we look forward to it. We believe in what we do, and we thank you each for what you do and support us. Thank you, God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate your patience through the proclamation process. The most sincere, heartfelt appreciation to each of those services that they have provided to the city for many years, and we just wanted to acknowledge them for that. Now we're going to lighten it up just a little bit. You're going to see a little something as to what you're in store for as we move forward with some of the initiatives here in Stockbridge. The Academy Theater has been a joint public-private partnership that through the DDA is going to be utilizing the multiplex building to bring forward not just the managing mechanism, but also all the other arts incentives that we've discussed. So with that, I'd like to say that this is the longest running professional theater group in the state of Georgia. So we're glad to have them on board with us. And with that, we're going to introduce Mr. Robert Drake and his ensemble.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you? Good. So, my name is Robert Drake. I'm the Artistic Director of the Academy Theater. I want to briefly go through what we're going to be doing here in Stockbridge. We are excited. We hope you are too. In addition, this is Tommy Futch and this is Ryan Gerard. They're both from Laughing Matters. They're one of our partner companies, and they're going to be giving you a little theatrical demonstration of the power of theater this morning. The Academy was founded in 1956 by Frank Whittow with the idea that theater is a means of psychological change. And so a lot of what we do at the Academy is meant to be thought-provoking, it's meant to be exciting, it's meant to be educational. Among the programs we have are a Theater for Youth program, which helps stop bullying in schools. We have a senior ensemble, which takes some of our more senior citizens out of the seats in the audience and puts them on stage to address their issues directly. We cannot wait to be here. We believe that over the next 3 years, that the multiplex and the Stockbridge Arts and Culture Center are going to bring 150,000 visits to the city of Stockbridge. That's 150,000 opportunities for restaurants, shops, and the city of Stockbridge to benefit economically. We also believe that we've got a great opportunity to help young people stay in Henry County. We all love the Friday night lights, but what do you do on Saturday night? What you do now is you come see something at the Academy Theater. With our 250-seat theater, we're going to have an opportunity for groups like the Henry Players to run more than one weekend. They'll be able to come in and run, they're running Dirty Rotten Scoundrels this weekend. You'll be able to see it multiple weekends once that multiplex is open. We're also going to be presenting our own work, and we've got several partner companies that include the Atlanta Radio Theater Company, Working Title Playwrights. One of our partners, Richard Smith from the Atlanta Celebrity All-Star Band is here. Go ahead and wave your hand, Mr. Smith. So he'll be doing some great stuff musically with us, and if you've got concert opportunities, that'll be good as well. We will be opening our facility with a show called Tapas, and that's Tapas. There are some people who've misheard that. It will be 10 short plays, and we're just locking our directors. We'll be auditioning in the next couple of weeks, but it'll be 10 short plays all about rebirth and renewal. And then later on, we will be doing an improv festival. And so I thought I would bring Ryan and Tommy out. They are two of the best improvisers in the entire Southeast. Laughing Matters was started in 1985 by Tommy and a group of other folks, so they've been around about half as long as the Academy, so I'm going to turn it over to Ryan and Tommy, who are going to entertain you for a little bit. Thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Hey everybody, my name's Tommy. Say hi, Tommy. Hi, Tommy. And this is Ryan.
Everybody say, what's up, Ryan? What's up?
Thanks for asking. Now, I have to say this. If you saw us like 5 hours from now, would you recognize us? Can we get one of those recognition
That would be great.
envelopes just you guys are passing out? That would be awesome. So what we do is improvisational comedy, and what we're going to do is tell an absolutely true, made-up story about somebody here. And what we're looking for is a fear that one of you had when you were little, but now that you're older, you're over. A fear. Classic fears are like you're afraid of clowns or afraid of ceiling fans that might fall on you. Who has some odd fear?
Anybody?
And you can out your own child if you have to.
Totally fine. Balloons.
Balloons is good. We named that one. Is there another one?
Anybody else?
Clowns.
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 Nice.
The two classic ones. Somebody please say ceiling fan. Well,
What was it? Thunder.
Thunder's great. Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Now we got the ball rolling. Come on. Now we're here to help. By help, we mean be funny. All right.
Ceiling fans. There it is. We can go home now.
That's
Thank you.
true.
Thank you. So what do you want to try balloons?
Let's try balloons.
All right. Who said balloons over there? What is your name? Tiffany, can we tell a story about you? Good. Now here's what's going to happen. We're going to be telling the true story of how Tiffany overcame her fear of balloons, but because it's a very special story, we're going to tell it in a very special way. We're going to tell this story one word at a time.
Right.
What?
Are you suggesting you and I can merge our brains and
Yes.
tell the absolutely true story of Tiffany's fear of balloons and tell it one
Word
at
at
a time?
Tommy. I just promised we should, so we should probably.
If we're going to get one of those
One of
recognition
those checks.
envelopes.
Yeah, we're going to be. Okay, all right.
Step
Here we go. Tiffany's fear of balloons.
It
was
Friday
morning
when
Tiffany
saw
that
her
the daughter
was
having
a
surprise
birthday
party.
Her
Daughter's
name
was
little
Tiffany.
She
Loved
clowns
and
ceiling fans, cake
for
birthdays,
loved
everything
about
birthdays,
except
pony
rides
and
the balloons.
little
Tiny
Tiffany
was
waiting
for
the
night to begin
because
she would get
to
open
up her presents
in
the
living
room
and
blow
out
candles. 1,
2,
3,
4,
5,
6,
1,
2,
3, 4, 5,
7.
6,
I'm
7.
Mom.
You
Forgot
how
old
I
was.
I'm
7. Little
Tiffany
mommy
would
only
give you 6
candles
because
I've
only
got
6
candles.
blow
Out
one
of
them
twice.
That's
When
Uncle
Henry
brought
in
50
inflatables
balloons.
here.
Little
Tiffany, Tiffany
grabbed the balloons
and
stepped
towards
the
big
landing
and
began
jumping
up
off
the
landing,
not
hitting
the
ground,
rather
floating into
the
ethosphere.
waving
Goodbye
to
her
Uncle
Henry
and
her
Mom.
Tiffany.
She
Flew
towards
Bermuda
landing
in
a
white
sandy beach living
Good life.
the
Moral of this
story
story
is
is if you are afraid of balloons,
make
sure you don't
blow
so
many
they blow towards
Bermuda. So what Laughing Matters does, we're not just an improv troupe, but we also do murder mysteries. We're hoping to do some down here. We also do role playing with attorneys and officers and medical field. We do game shows and we do team building. So if there's any of that you would like to have, please call Laughing Matters. Now we're going to need 2 volunteers.
Is anybody celebrating a birthday today?
Oh, that'd be great.
Anybody this week?
Anybody this year?
This year?
I saw Don's hand come out.
Most hands should have gone up.
Yes.
That's fine.
Anybody had a birthday in the last 2 or 3 years?
Don did.
Who is?
That guy, yes.
That gentleman?
Yeah, come on down.
Okay, come on up here.
All
Thank you
right.
very much. And I saw someone pointing at someone else. But,
Yes.
Come on, Don.
Give me.
Give it up for Don. Come on. Don't worry, you'll regret this.
John and Don. We've been through that already. Okay, good. So, Don, you can stand right over there on that side. Right? Oh, you're Facebook friends. That means nothing in this day and age. All right, so here's what's going to happen. We've taken the 2 smartest people in the room, and we're going to be using your knowledge in this next game. Tommy and I are going to do a scene, and we're going to get lost. We're going to need your help. You know we're going to need your help because we're going to lightly tap you on the shoulder. And when we do, you fill in the blank with the next logical word or phrase that goes in there. There are a couple of rules. 1, it has to be county appropriate and city appropriate, okay? 2, you can only say a word 1 time and then it is gone forever, no matter how perfect it fits. And 3, follow the first 2 rules. All right, so here's how it goes. It could be this simple. I could need help by saying, I'm so thirsty I could sure use a big old glass of buttermilk. Buttermilk. Nothing like after a long race and drinking a nice big glass of buttermilk.
Should bet. But it could be more difficult. Like the secret to a happy marriage is love.
That's sweet. Is she here?
Or buttermilk.
Okay, so all right. Yeah, apparently, but don't. Now, here's what we need for this next suggestion. What's the worst gift you've ever been given for a birthday or anniversary or holiday? The worst gift. You don't have to out the person if they're here, but what's the worst gift that you've ever received? In the back, yes, ma'am.
An ink pen.
An ink pen. They love you. All right. So this is a scene about an ink pen. We'll do a scene about an ink pen. All right. Here we go. Remember, hold it when we tap it.
Charles, I've been signing checks all day long, and I was hoping perhaps you could sign the checks. You know, we work here at
Stockbridge ink pens.
Stockbridge Ink Pen, the #1 ink pen store in Stockbridge.
Right. And I appreciate you giving me a couple more duties. I know I started out here as a temporary employee. I used to put the caps on the pens, but
You did good.
I've moved up further, and now I became a manager. Now I'm a
Head janitor.
I'm a head janitor. I love the way your hierarchy works here at the ink pen store.
I don't want anybody cleaning my shop. That's done.
Right, I know. Well, I appreciate it. So I will.
Well, we've got a brand new pen.
Side check.
And I want you to be able to market it.
Really?
It uses ink made out of egg yolks. Egg yolks.
Really?
Yes.
That
We've
sounds-
tried buttermilk, but it just didn't work.
No? Okay, well, I guess I could.
And so you can write on paper, and it'll be invisible. When you hold it up to a light bulb, the egg yolks will burn. A secret coating.
Really?
Yes.
So if I just hold this up to the, you can smell the egg in there.
Yes,
That
you
is
can.
nice.
That is
That is good. And how much are we marketing this thing for? Like,
You
for
mean
me,
what the cost
yeah.
right then? Well, it's less than $5.
Oh wow. Less
I
than.
wanted it to be higher.
Yeah, I know. So less than
There's a lot of
$5
profit margin in there.
for one pen, $5 egg pen.
You have $5 egg pen. You have to use it quickly because that yolk.
It's gonna turn.
It's gonna turn.
Yeah. Okay. So here are the problems that I see. One, I don't like the shape. Okay, it doesn't feel ergonomically correct. It feels like you're holding a basketball. A basketball. That's how odd that pen feels. Even though it fits like a pen, it feels like you're holding a basketball.
Okay, I appreciate this feedback.
Right. 2, we need a celebrity endorser. Somebody like a Charles Ray. Like a Charles Ray.
Wow.
If you haven't heard of him, like most people haven't.
Are you kidding me? He's a Facebook friend of mine.
Okay, well.
I've never met him, but he's a Facebook friend.
Maybe Chuck Ray. Maybe Chuck Ray. Does that ring the bell? No? All right, you go with an actual celebrity. We're going to go.
You mean like somebody from Hollywood?
Maybe from Hollywood. Maybe he's been on TV or a movie, and or she. And I was thinking more along the lines of a Jimmy Stewart.
Wow.
Let's get a dead guy to endorse.
What if we...
No, we just put it on his casket. Jimmy would have loved this. He had been alive for the past 25 years.
Is there not someone else we can...
Yeah, okay, so you're saying someone alive. You're just spitballing, so let's see what comes up.
Can I offer a suggestion?
Uh-huh. I would love for you to offer a suggestion.
She's from Hollywood. Her name is...
Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger.
Relevant. I like the relevance too. We're getting more relevant. And she is from Georgia.
True.
That will help us. She went crazy there for a couple of years, but now she's back to normal.
Yeah.
So,
And she hasn't worked in 25 years.
I agree. The same as Jimmy Stewart, but that's okay.
All right, look at this pen.
Yeah?
Hold it again. Tell me that's not a great pen.
It's not, it's, you know what? Now that I know that Kim Basinger is going to endorse it, it feels as smooth as a silk. As a silk. As smooth as a silk.
I mean, that is smooth as a silk.
It's as a silk. As one silk. That is very cool. Let's give them a hand round.
Hey guys, we want to thank you for letting us take a little bit of your time. I'm Tommy, that's Ryan, we're Laughing Matters. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, Laughing Matters is one of our partner companies. They'll be performing every month here in Stockbridge. And again, with Laughing Matters and through the Academy, you can book them for your own private events. And that's some of what we'll be bringing to the table. So we look forward to building a great public-private partnership with the City of Stockbridge and with the Downtown Development Authority. We're going to need your help. We're going to need your support. So we're looking to get familiar with the community and to meet everyone here. Please come see a show. It's the best thing you can do. We're going to open October 4th with Tapas, so enjoy. It is now my pleasure to return to the stage His Honor, your Mayor, Mark Alarcon.
Thank you so much. I'm just delighted to be entertained at such a high level. That's the kind of stuff that you'll go out to enjoy after a dinner or just to get out of the house. That was fantastic. And that was just a small, thimbleful of what we have to look forward to. And with that, I just wanted to bring to the stage Mr. Alan Davis. He's going to circle back with us and give us a great update. And the first Mayor's Breakfast actually featured the Fiber Initiative. I don't want to go into anything that he's going to talk about, but just because of that one announcement, I'm telling you again and again, and I can't disclose, it's phenomenal. The amount of energy and the number of businesses and corporations and initiatives that this city, the staff is dealing with because of this public partnership that we brokered with Community Broadband. So with that, without further ado, Mr. Alan Davis, please come and entertain us and educate us.
Thank you very much. Good morning. I'm Alan Davis with Community Broadband. Just want to give you a brief update as to where the project stands and provide some additional information. We're continue to be extremely encouraged by the reception we're receiving in the community. We've identified 2,622 sites that we intend to serve. We've spoken to 10% of the potential customers out there, some of the key enterprise customers in the service area. And in fact, we're being received at a very, very high level and been given a high priority by some of the largest residents of commercial businesses here in the city of Stockbridge. Along with that, we're in the process of actually finalizing agreements with 6 different companies, and part of the interest that these companies. We're actually, so we're not only bringing a network into the community that is going to connect the service area to the world, but we're bringing companies that serve the world into the city of Stockbridge as partners in our venture here. We're really excited about that. Hopefully within the next 30 to 60 days, we'll be able to announce some of these partnerships publicly. At this time, we're still finalizing the terms of our agreements, so we can't discuss any of that at this time, but again, we're very excited by their level of support, level of interest in working with us, and in summary there, we are honestly bringing together the best team that is out there doing this type of thing, not only in the United States, but internationally. So, and again, it's all back to the uniqueness of the project, uniqueness of the network we're establishing, and founded by our partnership with the fine folks at the city of Stockbridge. Just wanted to share one other quick visual with you this morning. I love to carry pieces of fiber optic cable around. You know, sometimes they ask me when I'm going to the airport what that is. So we have something called dielectric and non-dielectric. Non-dielectric means there isn't any metal in this. So fortunately, I can make good security with this one. But this one fiber optic cable right here will serve 3,072 customers with a direct fiber connection with unlimited capacity. So while it may not look like much, the power of this being installed in this community is a game changer. And we're fortunate in the fact that a lot of the folks in the industry who are involved in projects from the largest fiber network deployments in the world to becoming involved with this one understand its uniqueness again. I know I've said that several times, but it continues to be the reason why we're getting so much support and so much in terms of resources put towards the development of this project. Does anyone have any questions out there right now about where we are? We're also excited about moving into our offices this week here at Stockbridge. So we're making progress. We're going to have a whole lot more to talk about in the next 2 months as we begin working through our permitting process with the DOT, laying out our engineering design, final plans, and our construction actually begins. And we'll continue to keep everyone posted and keep you updated as we make progress towards installing our first site, which we plan now to be City Hall of the city of Stockbridge. So at the point in time when we're ready to turn service up at that location, we've already committed to do that contractually. That will be the launch notice that will be out to the public, and obviously we're excited and looking forward to that day when it gets here next year one day next year. So, anyone have any questions? Yes.
Just for my own, is the data that's transferred through fiber optic zone, is that measured in a baud rate? Is that how quickly the data can be transferred versus like a landline?
Everything's digital, it's Ethernet based, what we call standards based in the industry, so it's measured in megabits per second.
Okay.
So we're actually going to be installing equipment that has the most capacity of any equipment that's available in the industry at this time. And at each customer location, we will be installing equipment that will give the capacity to serve 1 gigabit, which is 1 million megs of capacity at that location.
Thank you again. And just wanted to mention that at the end of the whole session, we will be holding a Q&A session. So, appreciate the one question and the good answer. But what's impressive about what I'm hearing and what this whole collaborative effort's about, it's kind of, I see the faces when Alan was speaking, he says, this is, cutting edge or, leading the market, and then we're going to have international company coming to Stockbridge. You know, folks, this isn't just talk. I mean, this is coming to reality. It's a situation where it's happened in other parts of the country. It's happened to other cities. Why not Stockbridge? That's where we're at. So it was just kind of interesting, Alan. I don't know if you saw it because you were engaging in speaking, but I watched folks and they were like, you know, man, international companies are going to pay attention to little old Stockbridge in little old Henry County. Absolutely. And that's what's happening, and it's happening at a fast pace. So get on the train. We're leaving the station. So appreciate you so much, and stick around. We're going to answer more questions, I'm sure. To bring Alan back because a lot of times you read things in the paper, you hear things, and you don't ever get a chance to follow it. That's where they're at that particular initiative or what happened to that investment. So that's why we wanted to keep everybody updated. So thank you for your time. At this time, I'm going to be turning the program over to our Community and Economic Development Director, Ms. P.J. Mathis, which is going to speak to us on the Main Street program and also our opportunity zones and the benefits thereof. Ms. Mathis.
Good morning, everyone. I am so thankful that I did not have to speak directly after that awesome performance. It took me a few minutes to compose myself. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. You know, a lot of people ask, what is economic development? Is that bringing jobs to a community? It is in a small part, but it goes beyond that. It's so much more than just bringing jobs to the community. When you talk about economic development, it means putting those things in place that will bolster and foster the development of jobs within your community. And everything that we've talked about here this morning is actually a part of economic development. We talked about public safety. If you don't have a safe community, you're not going to attract businesses to your community. They don't want to come there. And so that is a key element of bringing development to your community. Quality development is to have law enforcement in place, to have emergency services in place, so that people know that they're going to be safe within the community they locate in. And then we talked about the arts, and the arts is a huge part of economic development because companies are seeking to locate in communities that put an emphasis on quality of life. And if you want to enjoy a true quality of life, you have to embrace the arts in your community. So we're very excited that Academy Theater will be partnering with the city to bring more. You got just a small taste of what is to come as far as the arts is concerned in the city of Stockbridge, and not just Stockbridge, but Henry County and the South Side as a whole. And then we talked about the fiber optics, and you have to have the proper infrastructure in place to bring quality businesses to your community. And I'm excited today to talk about a couple more initiatives that we've embarked on. And if you've not been paying attention to what's going on in the city of Stockbridge, I encourage you to go to the Facebook page, get connected somehow to the city's newsletter, because it is the most amazing thing I've ever been involved in. I've been involved in government for the last 8 or 9 years, and I can tell you that being on board with this city and watching the initiatives that are rolling out and seeing the synergy of the mayor and the council and our city manager and staff, and to be part of that, the history making that's going on here has truly been an honor for me. And so I want to talk to you just a minute about a couple of other initiatives, as I said, that we have underway. And the first one I'll talk to you about is called the Main Street program. And you may or may not be familiar with it, but in an effort to sustain the businesses we have, and also to recruit more businesses to the city's central business district, the Stockbridge City Council gave a green light to apply for Main Street status with the Georgia Department of Community Affairs. Main Street communities receive free technical assistance from the state, and this includes help with marketing, training, design issues, planning corridors, fundraising, and more. And Main Streets are also eligible to receive bonus points when we apply for loans and grants. Main Street communities receive lower interest rates, 2% versus 3%. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it can be a substantial amount. On their Downtown Development Authority's revolving loan funds, and this helps to renovate downtown businesses. Getting a accredited is a 2-year process. But first, the Stockbridge must apply and be accepted to the state to participate in the startup program. City officials will learn in November if Stockbridge is selected. The application process is complete and ready to submit to the state. And then city leaders will receive the necessary training and assistance over the next 2-year period to become nationally accredited. Of the 530 cities that are in the state of Georgia, 96 of those communities are Main Street programs, and all of the other cities within Henry County, McDonough, Hampton, and Locust Grove are Main Street communities. The Main Street approach has been implemented in over 1,800 cities and towns in 44 states across the nation with the help of the National Main Street Center and statewide downtown revitalization programs. By carefully integrating 4 points into a practical downtown management strategy, a local Main Street program will produce fundamental changes in a community's economic base. And these 4 points include the first, organization. And this involves building a Main Street framework that is well represented by business and property owners, bankers, citizens, public officials, the Chamber of Commerce, and other local economic development organizations like the Council for Quality Growth. And everyone must work together to maintain a long-term effort. This is not a one-time program, it's going to be a continuing effort. The second point is promotion. It involves creating excitement in the downtown. Now, when was the last time you saw excitement in the downtown? And I might ask you, how many of you know where the downtown is actually located? The special events and image development campaigns are some of the ways Main Street encourages customer traffic. Promotion involves marketing and enticing image to shoppers, investors, and visitors, and also positioning the downtown in the marketplace. The third point of the Main Street program is design. This enhances the attractiveness of the business district. Historic building rehabilitation, street and alley cleanup, colorful banners, landscaping, and lighting all improve the physical image of downtown as a quality place to shop, work, walk, invest, and live. Design improvements result in a reinvestment of public and private dollars in the downtown area. And the fourth point of the program is economic restructuring. This involves analyzing current market forces to develop long-term solutions, recruiting new businesses, creatively converting unused space for new uses, and sharpening the competitiveness of Main Street's traditional merchants, and these are all examples of economic restructuring activities. If you're not familiar with what the downtown actually is, as you leave this conference center this morning and you head toward North Henry Boulevard here on Burke Street, you will pass the historic downtown on your left-hand side, and it's actually 2 streets that we're going to first focus our attention on. And so we're pretty excited about the opportunity. The other initiative that I want to mention to you this morning is called an Opportunity Zone. In our effort to spur economic growth and create jobs, the Stockbridge City Council approved a measure to seek Opportunity Zone status from the Georgia Department of Community Affairs. And we have a map that outlines the Opportunity Zone area. Once approved by the state, newer existing businesses that create 2 or more jobs in this proposed zone can receive a $3,500 tax credit per employee for up to 10 years, and the state will consider designations for areas that are within or adjacent to census block groups that have a 15% or greater poverty rate, or where an enterprise zone or urban redevelopment plan already exists. Opportunity zone designations and their adherent tax credits are powerful attractants for new businesses while facilitating job creation and redevelopment. The incentives include the maximum job tax credit allowed under law, which is $3,500 per job created. And this is significant. Georgia has a job tax credit available to new businesses locating, but you have to create a minimum of 15 jobs. This one you are eligible for in an opportunity zone with just 2 jobs. And also under the job tax credit that's available, that's already existing, that's only $1,750. So this is double that amount within these zones. And of course, the lowest job creation threshold is 2. the use of job tax credits against 100% of your Georgia income tax liability and withholding tax, and it provides for businesses of any nature to qualify, not just a defined business enterprise. And again, the exciting part about this is that this particular job tax credit can be used for existing businesses. So hopefully it will lead to some expansion of some current businesses located within that area. And the application has been made to the Department of Community Affairs, and hopefully we will hear something about that very quickly. So economic development is always on our mind, and as a result of that, we have been working very closely with our business community because we know that's another key in attracting new business and industry development within the city of Stockbridge. And so as we worked with our local businesses, we worked to form the Stockbridge Business Association. The Stockbridge Business Association is a membership organization representing businesses, professionals, financial institutions, arts groups, associated agencies and organizations, and private individuals who share an interest in promoting and doing business in the city of Stockbridge. And so this morning I would like to introduce you to a woman that many of you already know because she is a dynamo in this community. And if you want to get something going and get something started, this is the lady you need to call on. I'd like to bring up at this time Ms. Tarji Gunn to speak to you for a few moments about how you can be involved in one of the most exciting organizations that is underway currently, and that's our Stockbridge Business Association. Tarji?
Hello, good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to thank Mayor Alarcon and the City Council, the Stockbridge City Council, and the City Manager, David Millarn, and BJ Backus, the Director of Economic Development, for actually having the vision and actually the idea and forethought to implement a business association in the City of Stockbridge. It's very exciting. We're excited that we're having an organization as such that is going to be a cornerstone for the City of Stockbridge. This is a very exciting opportunity for the City of Stockbridge. The fact that the city has basically said that they value business owners' opinions and want their implementation in the new and thriving Stockbridge is very important. So I'm very excited that they saw that the importance of implementing an association of such. We are currently in our infancy stages of the association. We have had business leaders currently and educational organizations currently working with the implementation of the association. We've been working very hard, and we have begun to lay out a strong foundation with the association. We have some business leaders here who have been working hard with us, and so we're going to ask them to stand right now. Some of them are at the table right now. We have Cassandra Cutchins, Don Dunlap, we have Sanithia Kidd, and we have Kat Bellish, Rhonda Foster, and we have some others that have been working very hard trying to get the establishment running, up and running. So we're very excited, and we're looking for strong leaders, strong business leaders to continue to get this establishment up and running. It's going to be very, very important that business leaders be involved in the excitement that's going on with Stockbridge and making sure that our opinions are being valued and that we are going to be someone that is going to be very involved in the community. So we're looking for business leaders that are ready to start with us, but welcoming exciting ideas and your expertise, and we're asking for you to go ahead and get started with us now while the we know that starting something, you need a strong foundation when you're starting it. So we ask that you contact us. We are actually meeting currently every Wednesday, every other Wednesday, at the city of Stockbridge, and we welcome you aboard if you would come. Thank you.
Thank you, BJ and Margie, for your comments. And this is just another update of what we're trying to implement, and that is the Small Business Association. And all the other tools that you hear people talk about, putting in the toolbox. We can't do it alone. We can only make organizations and opportunities and get your excitement level up to where you want to be a part of something big, because that's what we're building here. And that's what I think we as elected officials and the business investors and the educators and all the other public service, that's why we're here in this community, is because we care about it and we want it to be all it can be. So thank you so much about the Main Street program, BJ, along with the economic piece of the opportunity zone. And of course, something that is very important is the small businesses, because I don't care if it's locals, county, national, and small businesses, hands down, is the economic engine of our country. And it's the economic piece that makes everything work. Without our small businesses, there's no big corporations and all the other things that have the employment base that make our community stable. With that said, I wanted to speak to the last item before we go into the Q&A. And as I was walking around earlier, I said, hey, we're going to have a question and answer option at the end of the meeting, so please be thinking about what you have, concerns and thoughts and input on, because that's the last part of the meeting, and I'm always disappointed when we get to the end of the meeting. I say, Dad, did we do such a good job that we answered everybody's question? I don't think so. So don't be bashful when we finish speaking here just in a moment. Please feel free to speak freely, and myself, Alan, and BJ, all of us, all of us are going to be here to do our very best to answer those questions. If you do not have those questions, the answers to those questions, we will get back with you in a timely manner to answer those. But it's at this time that I wanted to speak to what seems to be, with all the things going on, the largest topic that will not cease and desist, which shouldn't, but it's the biggest concern on everybody's plate, and that is the city of Stockbridge. The council, this mayor, has taken the initiative to bring the city of Stockbridge Police back in-house. And I'm excited about that opportunity. It's the right decision, it's the right time. But as you've seen today, and I'm going to say it publicly, and we're going to continue to realize this, it has nothing to do with the services and the hard work and the dedication that these public servants gave us for 30 plus years. And I'm going to say it publicly because I've written it in an email to Chief Nichols. I'll say publicly that I appreciate his desire and his hard work in talking with the city and trying to discuss some options. But at the end, the result is we've made the right decision, and we're going to do an excellent job in providing protection and service and the attitude of serve and protect, just as we've been receiving. But what we're going to do is we're going to change a few things up, and it's not that we're not getting good service. We're just going to do something a little more intimate, a little more personal, and that's something that financially, monetarily, structurally is not able to be achieved with what we were doing in the Henry County Police Service. But believe me, they've been to my house twice for nothing we did, no domestic violence, nothing crazy. But everybody has issues. I had, gangbangers, pull right up into my driveway. It was about an 8-minute response time, fantastic, no harm, no foul. But issues come to your doorstep, whether you welcome them or not. And they've done, from my 2 experiences, they did a great job for Mark Alarcon's family and protecting my wife and children. So, but what we've got to do is we've got to do a technique of zone integrity. And that is the same police officer, same beat, same time of day, every day, for a 6-month period of time up to a year. I don't know about you guys, but like I said, when I was going to school and I was on the bus, I saw the same police officer in my neighborhood as I was going back and forth to high school every day. And it gave me confidence that if I needed something, or if I had to report something, or if I really wasn't sure about something that somebody was selling on the corner in the neighborhood, that I could talk to those guys because I had facial recognition with them and I was comfortable with them. And that's something that we're going to embrace here in the city, is that zone integrity piece. And then, of course, crime displacement. It's tough to staff a county or even a city staff to the full capacity to where you have plenty of people. Even our small businesses, I mean, it's tough to hire all the assistants you need and all the different key elements to make your business healthy. Usually one person's very talented, and that one person's doing 2 or 3, maybe 3 to 4 jobs. We're going to staff our police service department to where we can say, you know what, we're not going to be able to stop all the drug dealing, we're not going to be able to stop all of the human trafficking, we're not going to be able to stop all of the horrible things that, believe it or not, folks, happen every day. But we can drive a stake in the ground. We can say, if you're going to do it somewhere else. Because we have a lot of, we aren't in the educational business. We have Stockbridge Elementary School. 2 of my children went to Stockbridge Elementary School. 2 of my children went to Smith Barnes and Stockbridge Middle. So we aren't, as a city, quote, responsible under our charter for education. But you know what? 2 of those schools fall inside the city limits of our city. And we have to protect our children. And we have to provide the comfort and the confidence in those business leaders that go to work every day in our community. And just not to speak of anything other, but we had a kind of somewhat of a humorous, I guess no kind of breaking of the law is humorous, but we had an issue with the public right there on Eagles Landing just recently. Fortunately, nobody got hurt, and it was a kind of an interesting robbery, but regardless, it was still a breach of the law that made people uncomfortable and endangered folks. So those are some of the things that we're going to be doing. We also, we contract, we have contracted for 30+ years, and there's a lot we're going to discuss here, hopefully with some good questions about how we're going to do this, what we're going to do it, and I'm looking forward to talking to that. But like I said, the main part of the reason I know the council's heart when we discussed this, it was in great lengths. And it's something that we can afford. We've looked at it 10 ways from Sunday plus Saturday. It's something that we're going to take exactly what we have already expended in our county taxes. We're going to take that same slither, that same financial piece that comes off of your county taxes. You don't pay city taxes. We're going to take that along with some grants, along with a lot of different things that are offered to establishing police services at the state and federal level. We're going to reach out for those dollars. And I'm telling you, we're going to put ourselves in a great position to be able to provide services without adding city tax, city property tax. I know I'm not a politician, I'm a public servant, and a lot of people are uncomfortable saying you shouldn't say certain things publicly because I'm going to come back and bite you. Well, I'm telling you publicly because I believe in my heart, and we've done the math, and we can do this at an extremely high capacity and provide that. You heard me, I think, and maybe, I don't know who wrote it, but even Harold, I refer to it as the old, Mayberry. We're at 26,000 people. The last time this city had its police service, I think Harold told me it was about 3,000, maybe 5,000 folks. We're never going to return to that, but you can implement that type of atmosphere and that comfort that you see those same police officers as you come and go. No matter if you're on first shift, second shift, third shift, in your business and your employment, you're going to be comfortable with that. So I know we've talked about a lot today. I wanted to speak to police services because it's been a topic of great concern. Thank you again, officers, EMT, fire, everyone that continues to give us service under the intergovernmental That's one thing that we do not have an answer for. I'll answer that for you as we get into it. No later than June 1, we will have our own police department. There is some conversation that has to happen between the city and the county as to if the commissioners are going to convey services. If they decide to convey services, then it would be incumbent on the city to actually be fully functional by January 1. But that conversation, we are going to be determining that soon enough. But at this moment, while we're speaking here today, it has not been determined. So, but no, whether there's a conveyance or not, June 1st, which is the fiscal year of the municipal accounting, we will be having that required to handle that in-house. So first off, I just want to say thank you again. A tremendous turnout. I'm telling you, it blows me away. It just absolutely excites me to see this many people get up early in the morning and come to listen to what's going on in their community, in their neighborhood, and in their family. That's what's so amazing is that everything you see this council do is not just, even though we're elected officials for the city of Stockbridge, this council has been absolutely, time and time again, supportive of county and region vision. And that's what we are. We're part of Region 3 in North Georgia, and we should act like it. We're the 31st largest city in the state. Let's act like it. You know, we've got economic incentives that are being brought to the table that are unparalleled. When you hear me talk about dwarfing Chattanooga, Cobb County, Gwinnett County, it's not just talk, folks. It's reality, and it's coming. It's here. So I'm just glad to be a part of it. Thank you so much for listening and for your time and your input. I look forward to questions and answers. If Alan, if yourself, maybe BJ, Tarzan, whoever that spoke this afternoon would come up and be available for any questions with us. At this time, I'd open up the floor for any questions on any topic that we've had. Please stand and identify yourself for the crowd, please.
My name is Don Gordon. I live here in Stockbridge. I lived in Kenny County for over 20 years. Stockbridge for 6 years. I own a couple businesses here. I've been not active in politics, pretty active with what's been going on in the city for a while. And I just have a really hard time understanding what we're going to benefit with the police department. You know, I mean, we got defiance in the state of Georgia. Henry County Police in the last probably 8 or 10 years has just come to the top of what service you can ask for out here. I've had several instances since I've been in the county where they're confident that a younger brother lived with me for a little while, and I told him when I got here, you need to keep yourself straight here. The speed you can stop and clean the cigarette out. You do anything wrong in Stockbridge, you would stop or cover. You know, you talk about the things we're going to benefit from by going to our police department, and that's been brought up at different council meetings before. It's almost been laughed at, like don't even go there. Where it could possibly benefit in areas you said there's things that's going to happen. Can you expand on this a little bit and tell me where in the world we can come out better than what Henry County is doing for us now?
Mr. Don Gordon, thank you for that question. And I'm going to be very intricate in the answer to that question because I don't want it to be misunderstood. I agree with Mr. Gordon and with everyone. We have been receiving impeccable services from Henry County through our intergovernmental agreement. You heard me allude to Chief Nichols. You also know that now we have Mr. Harris is now the new county manager. At the time it was Mr. Fred Levin. Let's go through it again. Lost. Local option sales tax. Okay? That happens every 10 years after the census. The census is the catalyst that kicks off the loss negotiations. We engaged with the county over a year and a half ago to divide the dividends of these tax dollars. For the whole county, X amount of dollars comes in. The cities and the counties have to divide those monetarily. We, as all four cities, we work together, all 4 cities as a unit. We engaged in conversation with the county. Could not come to an agreement. We did everything that we were supposed to do. We went to arbitration, baseball type arbitration. frank with you because this is not here, and I'm not going to pull any punches today. It's a very serious question. It's a very serious service delivery that we're discussing today. But we, as cities, all four of us, were sued by the county because we could not agree on that split. We went to court. Fortunately, the judge saw it the city's way, not Stockbridge's way, but all four cities got what they asked for. Okay? At the end of that goes into service delivery. By law, these things have to happen. Service delivery is your SDS, service delivery strategy. We have to open the dialogue with the county or with other cities or whomever we have intergovernmental agreements with. Okay? So it's not like we arbitrarily just woke up one day and said, you know what, I don't think we're getting the service we should be getting. We're just going to go over here and start a police department. That is not what happened. Okay? What happened is 2 + 2 = 4, and at the end of the day, and that's why you heard me say publicly that I appreciate Chief Nichols. Okay? Chief Nichols negotiated with us in conversation, nothing binding on the county, nothing binding on the city. This is conversation to try to find out what would be a fair and equitable offer to the commissioners for consideration. This city houses the North Precinct in a $2.3 million facility. The county pays the city $1 a year for that privilege. And we're privileged to have that. We have never asked that they leave. Even since we decided to bring in our own police department, we've never, in any private conversations, anything public, or in executive sessions, nothing, have we ever said we want them to leave that North Precinct. That being said, we've made an offer to the county. We will continue. Folks, realize something. $2.3 million, that building's paid for. The city of Stockbridge owns that building. It's paid for. Not only did we do that, we historically started at $300,000, went to $400,000, now we're at $500,000. We offer them another $500,000, plus 6 police cars fully equipped. I'm going to get to that point in a minute. And in 5 years, fully implement 20 police cars for the North Precinct for service to the citizens of Stockbridge and the other unincorporated folks that live here. Keeping something in mind, and it came beautifully from Mr. Commissioner Reed Butler in an article that I believe I think he's gone now, but anyway, he said that even here you're in the city of Stockbridge, a resident, you're a county resident. Okay, we can't forget that. But get back to the point of right now, and if I'm wrong, we have the people here that know the answer. Not every car in the North Precinct has a computer. Not every car in the precinct that serves this community has radars. We have a specific person that has to key in extra data to our court system so we can interact. So it's not, Don and citizens, it is not something that was entered into without serious consideration and serious due diligence. It was a long, tumultuous, somewhat of a math problem, but once you figured out the math, it's basically a no-brainer. It is not about the quality of these men or the service they deliver, but at the end of the day, we can do it, and do it extremely well with higher technologically capable cars, with more highly technologically capable facilities, and make IT services, which this man and his firm are going to provide to the city of Stockbridge. You heard him allude to, we're number 1 on the list. That was part of our negotiations. We're going to be able to do things faster, quicker, and more efficient. That doesn't speak anything about the quality of these men, their training, and their capacity. We're going in a different direction. And it's called technologically sound, and we're going to be fiscally responsible, and we're going to do it without additional taxes. So that's a long-winded answer to why we had to do what we did. But hopefully you understood all the intricate details. If you don't, I'll talk to you one-on-one about it, because I want you to know this is nothing. And that's why I wanted to bring them here. That's why I wanted to tell them thank you. That little monetary gift from this city to their department is just a thank you. That was very monetary minuscule compared to what these guys put their life on the line every day for. So I agree with you, I heard me, they came to my house twice in 17 years, and they provided me a high level of service. I'm not complaining about that, but I'm elected, and in this case appointed, but I was elected as a council person. I'm serving as mayor to make decisions, and this council has supported this decision, and I promise you, it's the right one.
Quick follow-up.
No, we're going to do, I know we're running late, so we're going to do a follow-up.
Well, actually, Anthony Ford, been a resident of Stockbridge over 8 years, and currently the president of Warner Village Homeowner Association. And actually, the follow-up is to him, my recommendation actually, Mayor, since it's such a contentious thought process in reference to the Stockbridge Police Department and collateral serve, maybe if you have a town hall meeting, plan it out a couple of weeks or so, give the citizens the availability to comment and hear what you have to say, and explain it to them, maybe that squelch all the rumors and the thought process, so they understand. This group here maybe understands this, but I mean, you need to expand this. And so maybe if you give them enough time, plan it out, talk to the people about it, and any big decisions that the city council does, you need to really talk to the folks about it, get the feedback up front. You hold down anything in the back end of this thing, but I suggest that. Just a suggestion, maybe help out the process. Okay?
Well, thank you, Tony, for that suggestion, and we certainly, I mean, this forum is not a closed forum, so they're welcome to come. But to your point, if I were to look at every email, every phone call, every conversation I've had since we announced this, 99% of everybody has been on fire for this being the right decision. I'm just telling you that's the mathematical fact of the matter from what I'm hearing from the citizens that call me, and I don't want to dodge any of the questions. I think you're right in that communication and conversation has to happen for people to continue understanding what we're doing and why we're doing. There again, we have Facebook, we have email, we have Twitter, we have the website. I have an email, I have a city-provided cell phone, as well as every council person. I still agree that it wouldn't hurt to have those large forums, and I have no problems with working towards that, but this is a great opportunity for other citizens to have came, just like yourself and others. Anybody else? On any other issue, I don't mind talking about police, but there's a lot of great talent up here that can talk besides me.
I want to ask the fiber optic person, you indicated that you're going to be providing it to city officials and so on. And the schools, you did not mention the Stockbridge City Library.
They're all on our list.
They're on the list?
Every single library in the county
is on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
Not only the city of Stockbridge, but all of them.
Okay.
That's an extremely good point. And we've identified those. We have the addresses of those. We have a certain amount of capacity spec'd out. And as I have with the schools, I'm beginning to understand the fact that libraries in our entire country are underserved in that regard.
Yes.
And of course, your financing structure and the sustainability of those libraries is different from the other agencies as well. So we intend to work with libraries very closely.
All right, thank you.
And two, that's another prime example of understanding that is a county intergovernmental and city intergovernmental entity. She alluded to the fact that that is a city library. Now, it is in the city limits and it is on city property, but it is an intergovernmental agreement that we just talked to. That, along with nobody had really brought this to light. I did allude to the police services continue to be the conversation, but this council took action on 5 other service delivery strategy and intergovernmental pieces. That wasn't the only thing. We're bringing back in our zoning and our building permits. And we're doing a lot of other things, but like I said, this seems to be the only thing of conversation because it is kind of big and exciting and challenging. But I'm telling you, if you haven't noticed, this council and this mayor is up for the challenge with this staff and all the other integral support team around us. We can do this and do it well. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
It's more, I'm Kathy Mauer, I'm a community pediatrician, and actually it's more of a wish list to our Stockbridge leadership to really focus on projects directly benefiting our children, especially the early childhood education and literacy. Because you talked about economic development, and I think it's very important to remember that the first 3 years, 5 years of life is the most critical development in our children's brains. And so I would like to remind our community leaders to remember about projects to directly benefit our children, like early literacy, maybe consider early Head Start, have the initiative to do that, have more after hours school programs for our children. The project with a creek trail is, I think that's very nice. We need more green space for children. You've heard about nature deficit disorder. Maybe we need to get our children out to play. We need more books for a library. We talked about libraries, and I don't know if it has changed, but the times where libraries were open have been reduced. I think that's not good for our children. And yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you for your thoughts on that. And keep in mind, there is absolutely incredible supporting data that proves exactly what you said when it comes to the early learning process of 1 through 3 years of age. Keep in mind, this city is established under a charter. Even though we're taking some initiatives, and I'll speak to the management team that we brought on board with the Academy Theater, what you saw here is not the only thing that they're going to be providing. Okay, it's not going to be just pretty pictures and funny stuff and Black Hawks Theater. We are putting into action the availability of a 20,000 plus square foot facility that people that are passionate and have the time and the ability to come and teach young children. Maybe it's just reading to them or whatever those programs are already existing. There's square footage in that facility. And that is our vision, to make it available to benefit the youth, to senior services. That's the overall caption of the multiplex. That's why we call it a multiplex right now. There's probably going to be a change of name, a change of name, because it's going to be more specific. But youth to senior services, that's including educational, arts, and we have right now, we're talking, I can't go into who we're talking to, but our computer labs. You know, we have young children and older folks that don't even know how to utilize a computer to their benefit. But to your point, this facility and the management team that is going to be headed up the Academy Theater, that's what people don't understand, is how the relationship goes from the Downtown Development Authority, from the city to the Downtown Development Authority, to the management of that building. They have certain things they have to achieve to maintain. It's a 3-year tenure between the theater and the DDA. But the educational and the early learning, what we can't do, okay, is go out and chase everybody and beg people to come. All we can do is announce these are available. Come to the city. We will point you to the right management team. We will work with you to get you into the most affordable spacing, the most flexible relationship, I promise you, that you'll ever find is mayor, council, and staff and that team. So yes, that's our vision too, is look, I've got 8 grandchildren. So I know where you're going with that. I've got 7 children, but 8 grandchildren. And it's all about education to improve your finances and your plight in life. So I'm passionate about early learning as well, but don't think that we're not thinking about it, even without, when we discussed it. His biggest thing when he came here was the schools. That was the first thing on his mind, not just businesses. I mean, businesses are going to be enhanced. But his vision, his passion was to get the schools up and running to where they're the cutting edge, technological-wise, as anybody in the state of Georgia. And I think we're going to be able to do that. But hopefully you know that this city is very passionate as well about education. charter doesn't allow us to do and fund education like the buildings and the schools. That's the Board of Education. And to the books, there again, it goes back to the relationship and the intergovernmental agreement with the county. The city doesn't provide or dictate to that library when they open, when they close, how many books, how many terminals. That's not inside of our purview. So, certainly we care about that, but we aren't in direct reflection of that. What we do inside of that multiplex with the management team, we're in direct control of that. Yes, ma'am.
Just to speak to my name is Kathy Gilbert. I'm a citizen and president of the Windsound Plantation Property Owners Association. I'm also the District 4 representative on the Henry County Library Board of Directors. And to address Dr. Mallory's concerns about the library, that is funded through all of the Georgia libraries are under the University of Georgia Board of Regents, and we are funded through the state and through the state primarily and through the county. The county, you need to talk to your county representatives about funding the library. That's where you can have some significant impact. Of course, the county has constraints on their tax dollars, just like everyone does. But I would also encourage you to look into getting involved with the Friends of the Library, which is a volunteer organization that supports the library and in expanding collections. I would also encourage you to get involved with the First Foundation, who is another volunteer organization that is involved with early childhood literacy and expanding literacy programs. There are multiple opportunities to support literacy and the libraries on a volunteer basis. And everybody's we keep asking for handouts from the government. We got to start standing up and standing on and going out as volunteers to work with our libraries and all of our educational institutions.
We are running late, but we have to. You're fine. I will say we're going to go about 6 minutes more. If we can fill that in, then we'll adjourn. But yes, sir.
Just something I'm wondering about. The library can't turn the heat on. How they going to afford the internet? All people live off the internet.
Good question. You want to address that? It's all about budget. You're absolutely right. The key to think about this is that you can reach a whole lot more folks through a terminal and through a tablet or through a smartphone and the volumes of books. But me personally, I'm old school. I prefer books. But those things and those tools have to be utilized. Maybe you can help address that.
Sure. We don't really have time to get into the details, but there's actually a federal program which funds broadband to libraries that we will qualify for. And the federal government is actively and aggressively supporting broadband service to those types of locations. So we're part of the program.
Any more questions? Love to address anything else. And keep in mind, we've got a big panel up here of good folks. So. A lot of pretty smiles. I appreciate everybody staying as late as you have. Hopefully we've addressed your thoughts and your concerns. And thank you again for coming out early and supporting your community and the city. I guess we can call it an adjourn, and thank you so much.